Hello, today we're going to do some cured salmon. Lucas is really excited about that, which is lovely. Lucas, give it a rest, dude. Silent. So, okay, all right, we'll be quick and then we can give you some... I know you can smell the salmon. So what you need for this is a decent piece of salmon. Let's have a look at the ingredients. You want a piece around that size, bigger if you've got the kit for it, and I'll talk about the kit in a second, because I've used something that big because I know that it'll fit in the box that I need to do it in. You need about 75 grams of PDV salt. You'll need 100 grams of caster sugar, 15 grams of white or black peppercorns. You want a decent sized bunch of dill. I'm going to chop that up, take the stalks out, and 2 or 3 beetroot if you want the colour. So if you don't want the colour of the beetroot, it doesn't give any flavour to it, but it gives it an interesting colour. So we've never bothered with the beetroot before, but we're going to give it a go this time to see how it looks. As far as the kit's concerned, let's have a look at this. You may need a specialist bit of kit, and it's the only one really for this cook is you might need some tweezers. All right, so these are for specifically getting the pin bones out of salmon. I've been over this one. I can't find a single bone, so it's been expertly done already. But if there are pin bones in there, you'll need something like this to get them out. The only other thing is a board or something to put on top of the salmon to keep it fairly sort of squash flat, and a weight on top of that. So I'll use a tin of something out of the fridge, a tin or two or something. And I know that this just about fits in here. So I can wedge that in there on top of the salmon. And then it just needs turning every day. I'll probably cure this for about 5 days, but between 3 and 7 days, depending on the size of salmon you've got. And obviously the size of the salmon will depend on the box that you can put it in. So let's come back when it's assembled. Okay, I thought I'd show you the assembly piece rather than just come back with it all done. So this is, I've boiled up some beetroot and let it cool, and then grated it and put it into the mix of the rest of the cure ingredients. And I'll put the cure ingredients up as well on screen. And what this needs now, so you can still, it's very gritty, you can still feel the salt and the sugar in there. So I'm going to put a bunch of that in there. Doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. You're going to move this around quite a lot in the next few days. I've cut the salmon in half. That's lovely, very good salmon. And put a little bit more on the top. Put that in skin down. Give that a bit of a covering. Then put the other piece in, skin down as well, and then put the rest of the cure on top. All right, very simple this one, really straightforward. Not much messing around and not much in terms of specialist gear needed to do it. Okay, so what I've done is I've washed the board, washed this chopping board, so it's nice and clean, and just put it on there to compress it a little bit, and put some tin stuff on it just to keep a bit of weight on it. And that's going to go in the fridge. So what we'll do with that is we'll turn it every day, take the whole thing and turn it, probably put some coverings on, otherwise you get splattered in beet juice. But it'll be turned every day, and I'll probably cure that for 5 days because they're not huge fillets, they're not huge sides of salmon, and that'll do it. Then after it comes out, I'll wash it off, pat it dry, and it'll be ready to eat. And it'll keep for a little while. So let's come back in a few days and see what it looks when it's coming out of the cure. Salmon's been in for about 24 hours now, so this is the following day. I didn't do a costume change. So let's get it out and give it a turn. And hopefully that colour's started to show. So let's take that off there. And with clean hands, which I have, we're just going to turn it over. Okay. It looks absolutely brilliant. I've never bothered with the beetroot before, so it's been a dry cure for the first 24 hours. Obviously then it starts to give a bit more juice and becomes more liquidy over the next 2 or 3 days. But
you can see it sort of getting quite a lot of colour on it from the beetroot already. I'm quite surprised it's
Yeah,
That
it's
dark.
interesting. Impressive. So we'll put that back on here, like that. Compress it a little bit.
How many times have you got to turn it?
I'm going to do this one for 5 days. It's not a big piece. When we do a side over Christmas, I usually keep it in for 6 or 7 days, but that'll do it. So I'm going to put this back in the fridge without touching the fridge handle, turning everything red, and we'll do another video section when we look at how I take it out of there and wash it off and give it a taste test. Okay, so start again. So in the interest of continuity, I've changed my shirt 3 times with this video and I've had a haircut. So let's crack on, shall we, and see what it looks like. This has been cured now for 7 days. It's a little bit longer than I would normally leave this size of salmon in, but I've been really busy, so I had to leave it for a little while. So what we're going to do now is rinse it and then pat it dry. So I'm going to take a piece out. And I'm just going to put the cold tap on and give it a rinse. I'm just doing this so I don't get loads and loads of shredded beetroot in the sink. Oh, that's a lovely colour.
Lovely colour, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Okay.
And is this now got a taste of beetroot juice?
No, the beetroot shouldn't give you any discernible flavouring. It really is there just for the colour. You might be able to taste a little bit, I guess, but salmon's quite subtle. Well, that's a very strong colour, isn't it, compared to the ones we do without beetroot in.
Like the normal colour of salmon.
The normal colour of salmon, but it's usually a bit darker, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's been curing.
Yeah, it comes a little bit darker.
Okay, so we'll
Oh,
do that to
wow.
both fillets. We might show you a little bit later, actually, with a slice or two done.
Well, yeah, of course
So-
we will.
So I'm going to pat that dry. I'd recommend using paper for this rather than any old clean tea towels, because it will probably stain them beyond use. So there you go. There's a nice bit of cured salmon with the beetroot added. So I'll get on with the other one and then we'll cut a few slices up, see how it looks, see how it tastes. See the bit. Right. So it's been dried, patted it dry. Let's give it a taste. You want a sharp knife to do this, as sharp as you can get it, really. Okay. Well, that looks really
Holding the
nice.
phone one handed so I can try some.
Oh, are you?
So don't forget about me.
You're holding the hands one. Okay, well that looks really good. Let's just slice off the skin there. And do a taste test. Oh, just hang on a minute. This is a sharp knife. Get your fingers out of the way. Okay?
Oh my word.
Yeah, that's really good.
Oh, that's lovely.
Mm.
And it doesn't taste of beetroot,
No,
but it just looks so pretty, that colour.
I know.
Imagine it on a cheese board or something, you know.
it's lovely.
Lovely.
A little bit more.
Lovely green veg.
A
Salad.
chunky bit. Now, if you're careful, you can slice this so that it's more like a smoked salmon rather than ingots. It's very difficult to do, so you will need a very sharp knife. If you've ever seen this done in the factory, the salmon factory, it looks like witchcraft. You can get some very thin slivers off. As I say, you've got to be very careful, and it's often not a bad idea to oil the knife first. Otherwise you'll come unstuck.
Be careful.
Yeah, get my fingers behind the blade. There you go. Some lovely, nice thin bits. Okay,
Oh wow.
so I'm going to say that's another successful salmon cure. Excuse me. And we'll be back next time with something else.